right. So we're doing a wrist-free class today. Mine, I don't know what yours are like. Mine were already sore, and I'd seen the chiropractor, and this one was giving up. And then I've done all week of just like planks and hovering planks, and mine won't do anymore. So we've got a nice flow. Still, we get balance in there, we get a little bit of strength in there, but we don't do any downward dogs, we don't do any planks, we don't do any chaturangas. We really don't put any weight onto our hands pretty much at all for the class. So the only thing you might want, we do a little bit of kneeling, is a blanket, maybe if you're on a very hard floor. But other than that, you'll be fine. All right, you can put your playlist on if you're using it. Morning, Joe. Put your playlist on and then take yourself down. You're starting on your back today. All right, make yourself comfortable. Make any movements, any adjustments. And then settle into your space this morning. And take a deep breath. Let the body soften and land. And then as you arrive there, just close the eyes. Turn your awareness inwards. Be aware of the physical body to begin with. And then tune into the more subtle, energetic body. As well as any thoughts, any feelings. Be aware of the breath. Just notice how the body is breathing. Notice the quality of your breath this morning. Notice if the breath feels to get stuck at any point. And if it does, just breathe out a little fuller. Force that exhalation, clear the path for the next deeper inhalation. Create that sense of openness through the front of the body. Big, expansive inhales. Grounding exhalations. And just take a couple more rounds of breath here. And then from wherever you are on the floor, take a full body stretch. Take the arms overhead. Lengthen the legs out if they were bent. Reach as far as you can from fingertips to toes. Little circle of the ankles. Maybe a circle of the wrists. And then draw the knees into the chest. Hug them in, but without too much pressure through the hands. Just drawing the knees gently in. Take a little rock side to side. And then we're going to circle into the hips. So hold lightly with the hands. Draw the knees into the body, separate them and send them round and wide, back together. And just let the hands slip over the knees and the shins as you move. So it's more that the legs have control of the movement. Let the low back lift and press back into the mat. Just warming up through the hips. The way that you're moving feels nice. You can just stay with that. You can always take those circles in the other direction. And then when you next draw the knees back into center, keep hold loosely around the right leg. Interlace the fingers, so that's how you hug the right shin in, and send the left leg long. Little bit of resistance drawing down that right shin, but really just try and soften through the hip. Even if that right leg falls a little bit off the side of the body, let gravity help here. And then take the same on the other side. Loop the hands around the left shin, lengthen the right leg out long. Let the left leg just drop into that shape, soften through the hip crease. And then release the leg, take the feet hip width apart, cactus the arms, nice easy movement for the lower spine. We're just taking the knees side to side. You can move with your breath, using the exhalation to drop the knees to the side. Or you can move slower than that. You can pause on either side. And put several rounds of breath here. So take what you need from the movement. If you want to include the head as well, turn the gaze the opposite way to the knees. That's it. Bring the knees back up to center. Bring the hands down by the sides of the body, palms facing down. Walk the feet in towards the hips, setting up for your bridge. We'll keep it with the breath this morning, so breathe in to prepare. Use your full breath out to push into the feet, lift the hips. And then as you start to inhale again, lower back down, one vertebrae at a time. Touching the hips to the mat before you exhale and lift back up. Take 3 more rounds of breath here. So, lifting with your last exhalation, and then bringing these, hips back down to the mat, hugging the knees back into the chest. And from there, you are gently rocking and rolling yourself to a seat, or you can move round onto a side. When you get there, Just take an easy cross-legged position. Doesn't matter which one you have in front, we will swap. Bring hands to the knees. And let's take those nice easy cat and cows in a seated position rather than all fours today. So your inhale still drops the belly forward, draw the shoulders back, arch through the spine. Exhale, chin to chest, let the back round and move away so you open through the back body. Just the same as kneeling. Inhale, lift, open through the front. Exhale, create space in the back body. You've got a few rounds of breath here. Take it at your own speed. Let the shoulders and the hips move to help you create that full movement, the whole length of the spine. That's it. Finish the round that you're on, come back to a neutral spine. We're dropping over to each side, but nice and slowly. So bring your right hand to rest somewhere in the lap. You may be able to anchor, or you may just lean on this right elbow. From there, take the left arm up and over and ease into it slowly. So you want to feel that you're anchored, that you have this left hip glued down to the mat. Left fingertips reaching up and over. We still create space through the side body, but with that support of the underneath arm. Lift yourself back up. Swap sides, bring that left arm underneath, rest it into the lap or onto the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and then over. Breathe into the right rib cage. That's it. Bring yourself back up. Swap the cross of the legs just to take it the other way for the hips. This time we're taking a rotation, again, hands free. So take your right hand behind the back. See if you can just sort of hold onto it here with the left hand. And then you're turning to the right. So your right shoulder is going to initiate that movement. A little bit harder to get into without the work of the hands. If you want to use this left hand on the knee, you can. Just keep the right hand bound behind the back. As with normal rotations, lift through the spine as you breathe in. See if you can find a little bit more twist as you breathe out. That's it. Come back round to center. Swap the hands, left hand behind the back. Maybe hold it with the right hand and twist to the left. Or if you want to use this right hand, just take a half bind. Wherever you land, actively use this left shoulder to draw you a little bit further round. Keep shoulders over hips. Breathe into that twist. Okay, come back to center. We're taking a head to knee pose to really take the place of our downward dogs for getting into the hamstrings. So if you are quite tight in the hamstrings, this is where you might want to lift your hips up a little bit. Get yourself up on a block or a blanket. Left leg out in front, right foot into the inner thigh. We're hinging and folding forward, but allowing it to be soft. We'll take quite a few breaths here. So breathe in at the top. Walk yourself forward. As you come forward, let the palms face up. Softness through the arms. And just drop the body forward. Little rounding through the spine is okay. Heavy head, let it drop down. Don't think so much about the shape that you end up in. Just allow the body to be heavy and breathe into the hamstring, the back of that left leg. Feel like you're creating distance between the left heel and the left sit bone. And keep softening here for a few more breaths. Bring yourself back up nice and slowly. Swap it over, so right leg out in front, left foot into the inner thigh. Keep those right toes drawing up, a little bit of energy to draw the toes up. Take an inhale at the top, walk yourself forward, palms face up. Let the body drop. Notice how it feels through the back of that right leg. Breathe into it. A few more breaths here just to really get into the back of that right leg. And then bring yourself up nice and slowly. All right, we're coming round to a kneeling position. If you find that you like to support your knees a little bit, keep your blanket there. We're doing a few kneeling poses and then we'll be lunging. So if you want your blanket at the back of the mat, feel free to take it. If you're on carpet, you're probably okay. So come towards the back of your mat so you've got space to lunge forward, and then come up onto the knees. All right, with your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, lengthen the tailbone, draw the core in. And then as you exhale, hinge forward as if forehead's coming to the mat, but you don't quite touch down, and wing the arms behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades in. And we keep it with the breath. So inhale to lift, push down through the knees, rise up through the fingertips. Exhale, hinge forward, bow the head. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Take two more with your breath. Last one. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Bring the hands back down to the heart. From there, you're stepping the right foot forward into your lunge. So try and do it without needing to touch down onto the floor. Just settle hands on the thigh to begin with and sink into that lunge. So you want a long tailbone to build a stretch into the front of the left hip, but sink yourself in a little way. And then from there, take an inhale to sweep the arms up into crescent lunge. Drop shoulders down the back as you exhale. Keep the gaze lifted. And you can stay here, or if you want a little bit more opening through the upper body, interlace the fingers, take them behind the head and drop the weight of the head back into the hands. You can be here or you can be in crescent lunge. Take a couple more breaths. Release the hands from wherever you have them. Ease back out of that lunge. And then with some balancing control on the knees, swap sides. That's it. So left leg forward. Keep on those train tracks with the feet and the knees. Drop into the legs first of all. Keep hands on the thigh. Just stretching out through this right hip. And then bring the arms up. Take an inhale. Soften shoulders down the back body as you exhale. You choose to stay here or interlink the fingers behind the head. Drop the weight of the head back. If you're here, open the elbows. Breathe into the front of the body. That's it. Release the hands down, ease out of that. We're coming to stand, so step yourself onto that left leg. Feet hip width apart, hinge your hips back, drop the body forward, and just take a nice easy forward fold. Sway the body out. That's it. Halfway lift as you inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale, bow it back down. Once more with the breath, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. As you fold this time, keep a little softness in the knees if you need to, and take elbows in opposite hands, ragdoll fold, and really let the head drop down, weight of the body. Breathe into the back of the body, breathe into the back of the legs. Let this be your hamstring opening and stretching. All right, release the hands down. Then with softness in the knees, we stand up nice and slowly, roll ourselves to standing. So start to pick up, use the core, press down into the feet. Lift the body all the way up. Roll the shoulders back as you arrive. Find your Tadasana, your mountain pose. That's it. Nice big inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge yourself back into chair pose. So building a little bit of strength through the legs. Work with your breath here. Take a big inhale as you stand. Wing the arms back, open the chest. Exhale, back into chair pose. Twice more, just the same. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. One more. Bring hands down to the heart in your chair pose, and then open to the right hand side. It might just be a little twist for you, or you might bring the arms in so this underneath hand can press the right knee. Keep this left knee back in line. And come back through center, hands to heart. Little twist to the left, either hands at heart center or opening. Watch what that right knee wants to do. Keep it in line. Bring it back to center. Stand all the way up, arms up overhead, keep the feet hip width apart. Drop your right hand down by the side and then slide it down your right leg as you take a side bend. Come back up to center. Lift both arms overhead, take the left arm down, slide it down the left leg. Bring it all the way back up. Just remove your blanket out of the way if it's on your mat still. All right, come to the top of your mat. Hands to heart center. We're taking a tree pose with our right foot. So root down into your left leg. Bring right foot into tree. Draw open that right knee. Settle here for a couple of breaths. And then with control, we float that right foot back as far as you can on the mat. Little softness through the left knee as you travel back. Connect through the feet. Sweep your arms up into crescent lunge. Lovely. Take an inhale here. Tip your body halfway forward, wing the arms back behind you as you exhale. Strengthen that front leg, push the earth away. Draw belly in away from the front thigh. Come back up as you inhale. Drop your back heel in, find warrior two. You're opening to the right hand side of your mat. Set up that heel to arch alignment. Drop into the shape, soften through the shoulders. Nice easy movement with the breath. Take a big inhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead. Exhale back into warrior two. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Take one more with your breath. And then this time as you inhale, left arm lifts, right arm drops back, reverse warrior. And then left arm into side angle. So left arm resting on the thigh. Keep the underneath hand active, but support yourself on that left thigh. So don't sag into it, push arm into thigh, lift out of your left shoulder. Expand through that right hand side. You can stay in your side angle, or there's the option to take a triangle if you wish. If you do, don't rely on your underneath hand too much. Either float it or rest on the left leg. If you're happy in side angle, just got a couple of breaths, so you can take whichever you prefer. All right. From wherever you are, press down into the feet, start to lift yourself back up, return to a warrior two, bending into that left leg. With control, bring that back hand round, spin onto the ball of the back foot, return to your crescent lunge. Now that front leg is working, take an inhale. Aero lunge as you exhale, tip the body forward. Keep it breath to movement, inhale, lift. Bring hands to the heart, step forward, top of the mat. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up high, hinge and fold yourself forward as you exhale. Just let the palms face up. If the hands reach the floor, let the head hang down. A couple of easy breaths here. Inhale, root to rise, sweep all the way back up. Bring hands to heart center. Take the other side, so standing on your right leg. Press hands into the heart, lift left foot into tree. Settle into your breath there. Then float your left foot back as far as you can on the mat. Think about landing on train tracks. Root into the feet, find your stability, reach the arms up, crescent lunge. Inhaling here. Tipping forward as you exhale, aero lunge. Wing the arms behind you, nice strong legs. Keep that back leg active, knee lifted. Lovely. Inhale back up. Back heel drops in, open to warrior two, facing the left. So legs are still nice and strong through all this standing sequence that we've got. Arms and shoulders can soften. Wrists can have a nice day off. All right, with the breath, straighten the legs, lift the arms overhead as you breathe in. Return to your warrior two as you breathe out. Match it breath to movement, twice more. Coming back to your warrior two, use your next inward breath to reverse your warrior. Right arm lifts up. And then take it into side angle. Support yourself on that right arm to right thigh. Left arm up and over, but push into the leg. Rise out of the right shoulder. You can stay here, or you can straighten the right leg and drop into your Trikonasana. If you want to take it, just keep the weight off that underneath hand. One more breath here. Then you're coming back, returning to your warrior two. From your warrior two, spiral the back hand round, come back onto the ball of the back foot, lift back up into your crescent lunge, take an inhale. Aero lunge as you exhale. That's it. Inhale, lift. Take one more aero lunge with your exhale. Lift as you inhale. Bring hands to heart center, step it forward, top of the mat. All right. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Hinge and fold as you exhale. Rest the hands down, let the palms face up. Or take a ragdoll, fold, elbows held in opposite hands. All right. Release the hands if they're holding. Inhale, root to rise. And bring hands back to the heart. Little tiny bit of balance then here. We'll take it nice and slowly. Keep hands at the heart and sink your hips back into chair pose. All right, from your chair pose, working to lift the right leg first of all, pick your right leg up, get balance on that left leg, and then start to send the right foot back and tip the body forward. So we're sort of in a warrior three. Can you drop the right toes down to the mat? Lift the heart, crescent lunge without the arms. That's it. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Point the toes out. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up high. Keep them circling round and exhale down into your press squat. Hands at heart center. Legs are working. Draw the knees open. Lift yourself back up. Bring the hands to the hips. Turn the toes in front of the heels. Inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. All the way down, not too much weight on the hands. If they land happily, palms face up. From there, lift up halfway. Bring the hands to the hips, so the legs and the core are supporting the body. Then slowly bring yourself all the way back up. Return to your warrior two, facing the top of the mat, left toes point. Circle your arm round. Find your crescent lunge. And just the same as we started, but you're going to land there from a movement. Take an inhale here. Take the arms behind you and stand onto that left leg. Pick the right foot up. So just as we did from our chair pose, but the arms are now behind us. And then come to stand. Back at the top of the mat, feet hip width apart. Last side, inhale, sweep the arms up. Bring hands to heart center, sink back into your chair pose. We're picking the left leg up this time, so stay nice and bent into that right leg. Pick your left leg up fully. Start to kick the left leg out behind you and tip the body forward. From there, float your left foot back down to the mat. Crescent lunge, but hands at the heart. Lovely. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Toes point out. Big inhale, sweep the arms up. Press squat as you exhale. That's it. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Hands to the hips, toes spin in front of the heels. Nice big inhale, lift the chest. Hinge and fold yourself forward as you exhale. Keep tipping the weight into the balls of the feet. Let the hands settle or palms face up. Come up halfway. Fingertips, hands to the hips. Lift yourself all the way up. Return to your warrior two, to the top of the mat, right toes pointing forward. Slide, or rather transition, bring that left hand around, lift into your crescent lunge. Inhale here. As you exhale, stand forward onto that right leg, take the arms behind you. Lovely. Step the feet together. Stand up tall. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Hinge and fold yourself forward. Take opposite elbows in hand, ragdoll fold. All right, lift yourself up halfway. Just shuffle back a little bit on your mats and then bring yourself down to kneeling. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can, if you're not good for kneeling, but if you can keep the feet together, kneel yourself down and then take your knees out wide. So as the knees go out wide, your heels sort of stay together. And you can either rest gently on the fingertips, or if you're stable, just open the hands out inside the knees. Take a little balance there. And then bring yourself down to the mat, either by bringing knees in and kneeling forward, or if you're comfortable, sit yourself back. Returning here, take your right leg out to the side, tuck your left foot in, and then slide yourself down that right leg, bending the right elbow, rest the head, take left fingertips behind the left ear. Supported side stretch, breathing into the left-hand side of the body. Bring yourself back up nice and slowly. Swap sides, right foot in, left leg extends. Slide yourself down that left leg. Support the head, right fingertips behind the right ear, and spiral open the chest. Breathe into that right hand side. Bring yourself back up. Take both legs in front for a forward fold. Keep either something underneath your hips or a generous bend in the legs, in the knees. Can't really see on my mat, it's all dark, but I've got a nice big gap under my knees. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Drop yourself forward as you land here, palms face up. Head can soften down. Just be here with your breath. Couple more breaths. Bring yourself back up. From here, we roll down to the mat. So inch yourself forward a little bit, lift the palms up towards the sky, keep a bend in the knees. Nice big inhale. Exhale, roll yourself all the way down. As you reach the floor, hug the knees into the chest. Just a nice easy twist to finish. Keep hold of your right shin or knee. Lengthen the left leg out long. Use that left hand on the right knee. Start to guide it across the body as you open the right arm out. Maybe turn the gaze to the right. Bring yourself back to center, nice and slowly re-level the hips. When you're there, draw the left knee in, right leg is long. Guide the knee across the body, fan the left arm out to the side, maybe turn the gaze. Bring yourself back to center. Take any final movements if you want to hug the knees in or take a happy baby. I'm hoping your music is right because my playlist went on to shuffle, so I have no idea where we are on the playlist. If your music isn't right, put something else on for your Shavasana. And then when you're ready, make your way there. Shavasana or any supported lying position for you to finish your practice. Make it comfy. As you settle yourself there, take up space. Allow the body to open, feet to fall apart, the arms to fall away from the body. Bring a sense of softness throughout the body, from the forehead all the way down to the feet. And then with your next few breaths, just gently begin to draw the awareness back into the physical body. Take some deeper breaths and bring some small movements back into fingers and toes. You can take a stretch, a rock of the head, a circle of wrists and ankles, whatever feels nice. And then when you're ready to slowly make your way back to a seated position. Settle yourself there for a few final breaths. Be aware of the physical and the mental space that your practice has created. And then we can close our practice together. One final big breath, reaching the arms up above the head. Breathing out as palms touch. And take thumbs to the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Thank you all for joining me this morning. Namaste.